Amit, let's get started with this question that's come in on our website, www.mbnow.in. Aryan says that he wants to buy a 2 BHK flat in Jogeshwari, Mumbai. Now, his budget is 1.5 to 2 crore rupees, which would be decent for that location. But he says that he's open to both ready possession or under construction properties. This is for end use. He wants suggestions of some good properties in that location. Jogeshwari
Absolutely.
West.
Absolutely, Aryan. First of all, I think Jogeshwari has certainly gained prominence for the last few years. It was not necessarily the most livable destination, but after the cowsheds have got moved, the JVLR has got commissioned, a number of large-scale developers from Oberoi to everybody else has really moved zoned into Jogeshwari. It's become a very, very wanted destination of choice for buyers. Clearly, I think you're looking for end use, and I think that's a good thing. There are a number of properties which are now ready or nearing completion in the next 3 to 6 months, which is what we typically like to suggest rather than very early stage projects. There are certainly 2 properties that we've recommended that you can look at. One is SMGK properties, which is ready for possession. The price typically hovers there between 15,500 per square foot. So if you're looking at about 1,000 odd square feet or 1,100 square feet, which is also what you get in 2 BHKs these days, then I think you will be able to meet your budget. Clearly, the connectivity of Jogeshwari is not an issue anymore, given that there is already a good highway connectivity. In addition to that, we're also expecting the metro rail project to start going through Jogeshwari really soon, which will further enhance and boost its upswing and connectivity issues. So I think amongst the many project options, whether it's Atul or whether it is Suntech, or there are many good options. But if you look at really late stage projects which are within your budget, then there are a few options that we've recommended for you.
You began your answer, Amit, by saying that this is a location which is seeing a lot of marquee developers.
Yeah.
However, the ones that you've named, and that's the chart of Jogeshwari over there for you, 15,308 rupees per square foot is what prices are averaging at. Now, coming back to what we were discussing, the ones that you've named are not very marquee builders.
Right.
They seem to be more of the local players who
right.
are probably big in that particular area.
Yes.
Why do you say that? Do you see more value for money in these projects?
One is that clearly so there is clear segmentation between a local developer who's only building in that micro market with the aesthetics required for the local community in mind and quickly building and delivering it, rather than somebody who's building a very large scale aspirational project over a number of years. So I think that's the first thing, that we prefer local developers, especially for nearly ready homes, because they're known to finish and move on. They don't want to continue to milk a particular project for years to come, and because they don't have too many projects going on where they have got cross collateralization, or they can look at cash flows from elsewhere and keep on stalling one project. So they need to finish. So I think that's an important aspect for local developers. The other thing is that given his budget and given his need to move in for self-occupation, I think these local developments really fit within that bracket. A larger project has a few other challenges, apart from the fact that they're slightly more expensive compared to some of the local developments. They do have an ongoing cost which tends to overall increase the price of ownership, whether it is your club charges, whether it's maintenance, property taxes, deposits, parking charges, and so on and so forth. That continues to push up your overall ticket size. So if you have to stay within a ticket size and look to occupy something very quickly in the next few months or immediately, then we would prefer to go with something which is slightly more local than the bigger brands. I'm not having anything against the big brands. So if you find something which is equally priced and ready.
I'm glad you brought that up, the fact about club charges and swimming pools and all of that. A lot of developments nowadays, especially in this belt and towards Thane also, are offering you all of these facilities, amenities, call it what you may. But the fact also that home buyers need to remember is that once a developer gives you possession and moves on, the society has to maintain it, and there is a maintenance charge that you will have to pay for it, and that is an ongoing charge, like you said, Amit.
That's right.
That buyers need to be ready for, and you need to factor that in before signing on the dotted line.
You can watch live TV on our website mbnow.in. Find us on Facebook at facebook.com/magicbricksnow. And don't forget to click the like button. You can also follow us on Twitter at magicbricksnow. To stay updated with all our programming, hit the subscribe button on our YouTube channel by logging on to youtube.com/magicbricksnow.